Hi guys. As you can tell, camera quality looks fantastic right now. That's because I'm actually using a real camera to film this. I'm currently using my dad's Lumix mirrorless camera to film this on. This is very different for me. Sorry that I'm really wobbly. I don't really know how to hold this because I don't have a tripod for it. But hi, welcome back. Let's do a collection tour. I have not done one this year, obviously. So I just wanted to do one before BreyerFest started because I feel like, me personally, if I do a collection tour after BreyerFest and then film like a BreyerFest haul video, it's like repetitive. It's like, okay, what? If that makes sense, it makes sense in my head. But anyways, let's do a pre-BreyerFest collection tour. Alright, so starting up at the very top of my shelves, we have my lovely unicorns. I have a couple stablemate unicorns up here, as you can tell. And then I just have this little green guy. And there's a classic unicorn that I got in a grab bag. And this classic up here, actually, my mom won in like BreyerFest 2016. Because she did the BreyerFest 5K and she placed in her age group. So that's pretty cool. And then this little guy is just not getting focused on. That's cool. Is a mini-me of that guy. And moving down to the first big shelf. Here's a little overview. Lighting is fantastic right now. I have, I think it's Bayberry and Roses. He was a Christmas horse a couple years ago. Let's see his date. He's kind of in the dark. BreyerFest. Oh, let's focus. BreyerFest 2014, or BreyerFest Christmas horse of 2014. Jeez. And then back there, hello, is Snowbird, 2022's Christmas horse, and the little donkey here is wearing his headpiece. I found this donkey at a little antique store. I thought he was so stinking cute, so he came home with me. And then down here I have some stablemates. These guys are from BreyerFest 2014. Yeah, this is 3 of the single day stablemates. I have the 4th one upstairs. He's just getting a leg repair right now because he got knocked off a shelf and his leg just decided to break. And then here's these 2 guys. This guy was part of a blind bag, and I think he was from a mystery full set. I believe so. I don't know for sure. And then over here we have Furano or Furano. I don't really know how to say her name. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous girl from BreyerFest 2016. It's hard to see on her belly, but she easily became one of my favorites in my collection. I actually, fun fact, used to hate her. And funny enough, she is now one of my favorites. So a little funny how that happens. Down here, just some little Breyer cat, Schleich fox. Here's Vanilla Banks. Got this girl when she was first released. Absolutely adore this mold. Here is Apollo de Solis from BreyerFest 2021. I literally could just look at his belly. I don't know why I'm guessing. Yes, BreyerFest 2021. He was a guest horse. And also, fun fact, I used to not like this model either. I'm not entirely sure why, but I got him in a trade and fell in love with him. So that's good on my part, because if I got him in a trade and hated him, that would have been unfortunate. And then here's Quick Step, just a little scratching foal. This is actually one of my favorite Breyer foals ever. He's just, or she, I always call him a he. Or, oh my god, I always call her a he, but it's a she. But yeah, I love this little girl so much. I love her color, I love her face. She's just so stinking cute. And then up here is Bill. His OF name is Big Checks to Cash, but I call him Bill, or Billy Joe. He has clearly been through it, as you can kind of tell from here. He really has been through it. And then over here is Aurelius. That's his OF name. He was a flagship model a couple years ago. Don't know when exactly, but I call him Vito. He is seriously drop dead gorgeous. I got him in a trade with a friend of mine. He was my first on the Desatado mold, or Desatado, something like that. It's my favorite mold. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And then over here is the Gypsy Vanner. I don't have a name for him yet, but I seriously adore this guy. I love this mold, but I feel like everything on this mold is just ridiculously expensive, so he is currently the only attainable one that I have right now. There is a Schleich Tennessee Walker horse. I call him Lucky. And then here's just a vintage stock horse foal. I call him Michael. And then down here, some more stablemates. I think this was from a mystery full set. Painted this guy. This one's from Briarfest 2016. It's a single day stablemate. This was from the same blind bag series as him. And then there are just two more Schleich foals. That guy was actually my very first model horse figure. Fun fact. Got him all the way in San Antonio, Texas. Alright, and now moving down to the second large shelf. Probably my favorite shelf. Over here is Ginger. He is an antique quarter horse gelding that my grandma found for me. I absolutely adore him. I think he's just so precious. Down here is just a classic Mustang foal. This is Chocolatey, a regular run. Honestly, one of the best regular runs Breyer has done in a very long time. This guy is stunning if you don't have him. Definitely recommend getting him. Let's put him in the light. I mean, he speaks for himself. He's just gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. There's his eyes. Literally beautiful. And then this little girl right here was my very first Breyer. As you can tell, no tail, chip in the butt, completely beat up, but she somehow survived and her mother did not. She's an orphan. And here's Kendall, Briarfest 20, oh my god, I keep saying Briarfest. Can you tell I wanted to be Briarfest? I just did my special run preference sheet today, so that's probably why. Anyways, the Breyer 2022 brick and mortar model, Kendall. I honestly love the name Kendall, so her name is gonna stay that way. I think she's just gorgeous. I absolutely adore this mold. I just had to sell my Cirrus, sadly. But she had a seam split, like, right there in her chest anyways, so kind of hoping I can find a new one for just as cheap as I got the other one for. But we'll see. And then here's Don't Look Twice. I call her Lilo after Lilo and Stitch. She's one of my favorite Roxy's. I think she's just so darling. I've had her for a while now, so she's, you can see one scratch on her right now. But I hope to someday get an LSQ version of her just because I love her that much. And then here's a, like a Collecta or Safari. Yes, she is a Safari model. I got her in South Dakota at Wall Drug, so her name is Dakota. And then here's Jasper. I honestly think the name Jasper just fits him so well, so his name just stays Jasper. I really love this guy. I got one with really amazing shading. He was a, oops, oh my god. He was a Tractor Supply model, I think in 2018 or 2017, but this one just has gorgeous shading, and he has amazing crisp markings. But yeah, I love this guy. And then down here is Cody. She was another flagship model. She kind of has some lifting going on in her mane, as you can tell, but she is still gorgeous. She also has incredibly pale pink markings on her, or like a pink, her nose is really pale, and so are her hooves. You can't really tell because of the lighting, but I kind of think it's a little bizarre how pale her nose is, but it's alright. You know, we all have our imperfections. And then over here are my newest babies, Mariposa and Floor. I just got them a couple days ago. And I absolutely adore this mold. I did not think I would love this mold that much, but now that I have them in person out of box, I adore them completely. Layfire, the mold Layfire is still kind of funky to me, but I mean, aren't all babies just a little funky looking? I thankfully got a really light version of Floor. I was kind of hoping for I was really hoping for a light variation just because I didn't want them to look like super similar in a way, just because they already do look very similar, but I thankfully found a really light variation, so excuse me. So I was very happy about that. And Mariposa is just absolutely gorgeous. She has the most dearest face ever. I seriously adore her. And then here's the oh so famous Bolero. He was a Collector Club model for this year. He was the first release of 2023. And I adore him. I hope to get every single model on this mold someday. I cannot express how much I love this mold. And he looks really red on camera, but he is not that red in person. But he's a gorgeous, gorgeous boy. And then here is, oh god, what's her name? Native Son Morgan Quest or something like that. I don't have a name for him that I picked out, but he was actually the second model that I bought when I was first getting back into collecting. And Chocolatey, I forgot to mention, was the first model I bought when I was getting back into collecting, mostly because it was on the Roxy mold. Literally couldn't help myself when I saw him. But then I saw this guy and I fell in love with him. So he was my second getting back into collecting model. And then this little guy down here is a old Maggie Bennett resin, or micro resin, as you can tell. He's not finished. I painted him a while ago, but oh god. But the paint on his leg chipped off for some reason, so I have to somehow fix that. I don't really know how I'm gonna do it. So he's just been chilling there while I figure out how I want to do that. Yeah, and then over here are the Apollosa twins. They were a regular run a couple years ago. I actually used to have them when they first came out, but no idea what happened to them, I'll be totally honest. And then I found these guys at a antique store, new in box, for like 15 bucks. I was like, well, you're coming home with me. I absolutely adore her. I love her so much. I don't love her as much, mostly because of that going on, but she's still really cute. And then down here are just a bunch of stablemates. It's probably not gonna focus, but yeah, it's just some stablemates. Sorry about that, my SD card got full. But anyways, like I was saying, of course I put the darkest sources on the darkest shelf, because I'm just smart. No, that's just how I organized them. But back there is Cheese. I don't know this guy's OF name, but his name is Cheese because when I was opening him for Christmas, I was eating a cheese stick, so that's how he came upon his wonderful name. He looks incredibly dark on this camera, but he has more red undertones. And then back here is Noche Buena, I think it is. He was a 2012 Christmas horse. He is absolutely gorgeous. I love the Ethereum mold so much. He has some really subtle dapples on him. He's also really dirty right now from a photo shoot we went on, but he is gorgeous. I love this mold. Oh yeah, and over here just some more classic foals. And over here is Black Caviar. She's also incredibly dirty from a photo shoot. I call her Minnesota or Minnie. She is very dear to my heart. I love this girl forever and always. There's just a little Lego horse. Briarfest 2016 single day stablemate. And over here is my Roxy. Roxy is probably my most special model in my collection. She's also my favorite Briarfest celebration model. I absolutely adore this girl with all my heart, which is why I made a little stablemate of her. So yeah, I love this girl so much. I hope to have her in my collection forever, even after I stop collecting, if I ever do. And then over here is Battlefield Angel, or Ezra. I have not picked out a name for him yet, but I highly recommend getting one of these guys if you don't have him already. He's seriously, like, he seems kind of simple, but it's just amazing. Like, something about him is just so great. I don't know what, I used to hate this guy. Like, used to think his face was just kind of funky. I used to think his chest was really skinny. I was like, that's a funny looking horse. But then again, I got him in person and I absolutely fell in love with him. And I am forever grateful that I have him in my collection, because you guys on Instagram absolutely love when I take pictures of him. So that's pretty good too. And then over here is Lightning Ridge, Maelstrom, both are decorators. And then over here is just a kind of crazy custom that I did. And then here is the Chinese Horse of the Year model. Fun fact, I was actually born in the year of the horse. So, I mean, but over here is Indigo from my very first Briarfest. He was a single day stablemate. And here's Dungaree. As you can tell, she is very beat up. She's also from Briarfest 2013. It's just a random guy. And then over here are some more stablemates. I actually painted this guy at my first Briarfest at like the little paint your own stablemate booth. My boyfriend painted this guy. Sorry it's so out of focus. He's from Briarfest 2016. And then these two are painted by me. Wow, focus is going crazy. We are not wanting to cooperate. Anyways, these guys are painted both by me. He is a very recent custom and honestly one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely adore how this guy came out. He's seriously just stunning. Hold on. Yeah, I love how he came out. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm very proud of him. This guy, not so much. He's still pretty cute, but yeah. And then down here is just some miscellaneous things. Just a couple classics, stablemates, and whatnot. Just things that I'm trying to get rid of. And then some costumes for Christmas horses. So yeah, here's a little overview of everybody that I just went over. As you can tell, the sun has gone down, so just in time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my collection tour. I have been meaning to do this for quite some time now, but I just sold a bunch of models and I kind of felt bad that I was filming a not accurate collection tour. So I feel like this is a really good point for that my collection is at until Briarfest, obviously. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you again sometime soon. I don't really know what video will be next. I'm kind of just throwing ideas up in the air right now because I finally got a job. So yeah, life is all over the place right now. But I hope to see you guys soon and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!